Talking Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics and DC Comics and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel, baby. Let's go! As we continue on the new Disney Plus series by Marvel Studios, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. This is an episode 5 review, and it is a spoiler. So if you have not seen this show, please pause this, give me a thumbs up, go watch the whole series, come back, listen to my review, and then tell me how you feel about any of the Marvel shows, and I would love to respond back to you. And definitely always give me a feedback of how I'm doing, because I always want to improve and do better for you, the people. So again, this is a spoiler review for the She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, Episode 5, so you've been warned. Now, Episode 5 was not really an action pack. It was more of a fluffer type, but one surprising tease for the next episode, and obviously the one that everybody's waiting for. And we also got an Easter egg of Eugene, aka Leapfrog, aka the Frogman. So I can't wait to see how Eugene is going to appear in the She-Hulk. And I think there's a lot of talk of, can this character get over with the audience, like Groot and Rocket and like Wong and any other character that people didn't think that would be popular, fan favorite. I'm really curious. I'd like to believe that Leapfrog can. I mean, I think he's definitely a mid-villain character, and obviously he's a villain that nobody really used in any of the past Marvel films, whether it's on Fox or Sony or Universal Studio or whatever, right? So I can't wait. I hope that people will fall in love with this guy and become a fan favorite. Like I said, just like a Baby Yoda or a Groot or a Rocket, I think this character could be more than just a mid-level villain, but that's just my opinion on that. And this episode starts off with her being told that she can't use the She-Hulk name because of Titanium trademark it. And she decided to use that for her dating app just because obviously they're portraying this character who is single, struggling in a dating life, meeting new people in California, and also just showing like some of the harsh truth that with comments and how men look at women if they're in a scenario like that. But this also shows how she can take that and use it as a positive, and it helped her get her name back. She-Hulk, because she had all 4 of her dates to testify that yeah, she used the name She-Hulk. Her name is She-Hulk. And I think that's really cool. Like I said, it was a good episode. No, it wasn't like its best, just because it did feel like a fluffer, and the whole episode was just about She-Hulk versus Titanium in the courtroom. Definitely not your typical Marvel battle type scene in any Marvel movies or shows. So very interesting. So let's get into Titanium. I think she's funny. I like the idea of like she represents like the stereotypes of certain type of women, like like the Kardashians. I see her being like how people will perceive women who live in Malibu or whatever, like rich and fancy, very high class, very popular girl type thing. I thought it was very interesting that she doesn't seem like the main villain of this show, which you think it would, just because that they've been advertising this character since the first trailer of She-Hulk, and obviously introduced to the world of who the actor was playing that character, and not a lot, so I don't really have a lot to say about her, but I think I don't think Marvel's just gonna leave her just the way she is. I think at some point, even on this show or season, or even if they do a season 2, I think they have something planned for that character, because she has a lot more to offer, and I think they're just trying to. I think Marvel Studios is just playing with us, messing with our emotions, and when it comes to the time, they'll surprise us, and I think this character is going to do a lot more as an evil villain would. So I definitely can't wait for that. One character that I really enjoy is on this episode was Luke Jacobson. I just like the idea that there is a guy and his team, obviously, who design clothing for superheroes, from their outfits to the superhero gear, whatever. And I personally would like to see him and like Nick Fury interact, where he makes a suit for Nick Fury, maybe the old classic Nick Fury outfit that that character used to wear. Like, yeah, I think it was like blue and white. I would love to see that. Maybe, who knows? It seems like in the Secret Invasion, Nick Fury is always trying to make sure that no like Skrull can mimic him or copy off of them, and he makes sure that, this "I am Nick Fury, you should know better" type thing. And I can kind of see that'd be really cool. That'd be dope. But he was my, like I said, Luke was my favorite character of this episode. Like I said, and obviously they teased the fact that he made She-Hulk's superhero gear, which is the more, I guess, like more recent outfits that they portray She-Hulk in, like the newer, more update, like reboot comic books of her. So there's that, and obviously she hooked her up. He hooked her up with a nice suit where it fits her as Jennifer Wallace, and then I believe it will fit her as, of course, She-Hulk. So that's cool. Nothing really a lot on that. I also thought it was funny that he was upset that somebody was just leaving Daredevil's like helmet or mask or whatever, and that's pretty funny. Like, it was just there. So I like to believe that he's going to be a big part of the MCU, and he may be the ones who will be like making outfits for the next generation of Marvel characters, and maybe even Spider-Man. That'd be cool, right? So let's just go on to Daredevil. So here's what I think. I think, obviously, where the actor Charlie Cox said that this is not a how do you say it? A continuous of the last season of Daredevil on Netflix. Obviously, this is going to be a season 1. The actor Charlie Cox and Kevin Feige has made it very clear that this is a whole reboot. But hey, at least we get the same actors who played Daredevil and Kingpin, and maybe some of the other actors who played the other characters in that Netflix series of Daredevil could reappraise their roles. You never know. It's they haven't done it yet. They haven't started production, so it's never too late to add these characters or get these actors back. And I think it's going to be okay. I think some way, somehow, they will make this show where the Netflix Daredevil fans will, when they watch this, it's gonna kind of feel like it's continuing on from the last season, and doesn't feel any different for them. But I think it'd be something like that. I don't think they're gonna, do the whole thing with Vulture, who's being played by Michael Keaton, where he just this big nice yellow light thing flashes, and then he disappears in another multiverse with Morbius. I don't think they'll do that. I think they're gonna just do a big reboot, because if you really think about it too, here's another example. The Daredevil on Netflix, which was much more violent and darker, as far as like the blood use and the vicious beatings that the Kingpin has given many of his victims on that show. But like I said, I think they will make it where the Daredevil Netflix fans will make it feel like this could fit in with the last season and continue on from that, if that. So I definitely think that's what's going to be. And hey, it's okay. At least we got, like I said, at least we got these actors who have came back to replay these, re-aspire these roles. And I just think that's really cool. So, like I said, this episode was good. Wasn't great, but I think when episode 6, I think it's gonna make it's gonna make episode 5 forgivable to the audience. So, if I had to give this episode 1 out of 10, I'm definitely giving it a 6. And another reason why I'm giving it a 6 is because if I look at this whole series so far, I feel like they haven't grasped of what She-Hulk's main goal is in season 1. I feel like they have done a mixture of She-Hulk versus the people, women versus men, society versus superheroes, but it's never really grasped. Like, it's hard to tell. Like I said, it's hard to tell what she's shooting for, and obviously it's hard to tell who's the main villain. And I think that, to me, it's just, I don't think it's that necessary. I think it's real easy just to sit there and say, you know what, but this is a show about somebody who is a lawyer, and you kind of want to add in their activities at work where they're in court doing their job. And I know that makes sense because, yeah, they did this in Daredevil, but the thing is, on the Netflix, obviously, but they had more episodes and more seasons. This one is like, they're given shorter episodes, so I feel like they don't have enough time or episodes to balance out scenes with her in court and then scenes with her doing superhero stuff like the Avengers. So I think that it's one of those things. Now, again, like here's another thing that I also enjoy was Nakia and Pug. I think it was funny them going to these like underground stores where they showed the bootleg versions of shoes, or like the Avengers with an I, or Avengers with the O, like Avengers or AVON type thing. I forgot how to spell it, but it's just funny. And yeah, you could sit there and say, well, that could mean that's because of Loki and Sylvie made it, broke the timeline, and there's an alternate universe where that's how they spell Avengers. Yeah, that could be a possibility. I'm down for that. But again, that was just one of my other favorite things. I thought it was just funny to watch these two people who are trying to get the exclusive stuff. So that's just funny to me. But again, like I said, it was a good episode for like purposes like that, reasons I should say. But it's definitely a good show, and I really enjoy it. And I'll be okay if this season doesn't really grasp on, because I just know Marvel will some way, somehow make it make sense later on in the next phases. So that's my review. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Peace out.